Welcome to Shadows of Prophecy, a D&D real play podcast following the ill-omened web of lives whispered by the void, their names repeated in the darkness. Shadows of Prophecy is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast with violent themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. With us today to traverse through adventures of fate and misfortune, we have myself, Timothy, as our ambivalent DM.
Dan, playing the Scholar and Rogue and Herald of Hickeys, Ren.
Hi, I'm Chris, playing Tiefling Cleric. On the road again with his best friend, Ren, Salvador Saltrose.
I'm Russell, playing Upri, Berserker Babe from the Glade.
And I am Kendrick, and I am playing Beyonce Bay. And happy birthday, Beyonce. Time of recording. Hi.
Previously on Shadows of Prophecy, Salvador traveled to the mysterious city of Valerian to settle his guilt. When he arrived, he found himself tangled up in a timey-wimey mess with Ren and Marky. Ren and Salvador bonded over lost lovers with haunted pasts, while Marky sought to make a name for herself. After investigating the Calderas property, they uncovered a mysterious and obscure dungeon, which exited to the now haunted Valerian castle. They followed the footsteps of Alice to parse out the dark deeds of the evolving cult and reenacted the ritual to end the time loop, thus succeeding in weaving the heroic tale of Marky. Meanwhile, far off in the Enchanted Forest, Yancey and the Sorelli siblings went on a rescue mission to find Upri. They traveled through the magical lands towards the ruins of Ilrune and flung themselves into the astral sea, thus sending them on a journey of 7 deadly sins. Passing Sloth, they stepped into the void and journeyed through the vast emptiness and into the squish of twisted living caverns.
Gross.
Set into a fit of madness, the party blacked out only to find themselves in a mysterious theater. Blades, now crushed and mangled and very dead, as the curtains opened to an imprisoned Upri. Upri's patron starts the show with a series of demonic puppets, drawing the party to the blink of death to entice them with their newfound abilities. As the curtains closed, Sorelli cradles Blades in her arms and exits the side door and steps into the void. Join us as we enter the Shadows of Prophecy, Act 1, In the Shadows, Chapter 13, Broken Glass. Salvador and Ren, it has been a long day of travel. You set out several weeks ago from Valerian, waving goodbye to Marky and setting course for Harrow, your next step on your utterly confounding adventure. As you break camp for the evening, you hear the sounds of crickets start to rise in the backdrop of the forest. You now settled along the Enchanted Forest, and the crackling of fire.
I love the sound of crickets, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It's nice. It's nice and relaxing. Definitely different than the city. Ren is, laying on his side, on one elbow, and just has a piece of string and is playing with Twilight.
Sal is sort of setting up to cook whatever rations we have left to make, a little stew. As he's preparing, he's like, well, I've had this question. Is Ren short for something?
Oh, no, it's just, it was a code name used in the war.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. We were the Wings of Mercy, so we took bird names, I guess is the best way to put it. There was a lark, there was a goldfinch, robin, just a whole bunch of us.
All little birds.
Oh, well, not all little birds. We had an albacore, which was hard. We just called her Allie.
Oh.
So not all little birds, but, a lot of little birds.
Have you ever heard about the story about the wren?
I don't think I have, actually. I don't know, it's just a name that came to mind when we were deciding names.
Whenever I was growing up with Elmira, she would often give us these tales of, they're supposed to be sort of like fables, but there's one about how Wren is the king of all birds.
Oh, well. Interesting.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed. They're so slight and innocent looking.
Yeah, they're very tiny, but they use their tininess to their advantage. You want to hear it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, most everybody knows that Eagle's the king of birds, but there was a time when Little Wren had that honor. So, long time ago when the earth was still young, the birds didn't have any king, no leader. And this was fine until problems popped up and they started to argue. And whenever birds argue, let me tell you, it is not a pleasant thing. Such squawking and squeaking, and it's really not nice. And they realized as long as they had no king, they had nobody to bring their problems to. So it was decided that they would have a selection for a new king. But this decision caused even more arguments because they couldn't decide on how to pick a king. I think that the king should have the most colorful wings, said the birds with the most brightly colored wings. No, chirped the songbirds. Our king should have the most marvelous voice. The large birds thought that the biggest bird should rule. And the birds with long legs thought that the ruler of all birds should stand tall, high above all others. And so this went on forever and ever and ever, until eventually they decided that the one bird that could fly the highest would be the king. They decided that there would be a competition, and the word went out. And on the day of the competition, birds from all around wanting to be supreme ruler flew to the spot. Arriving first among them was Proud Falcon, followed by Wise Owl, Clever Raven, and many others, including Osprey, Hawk, Heron, Gill, Blue Jay, Swan, and of course, Mighty Eagle. As they all inched closer to the starting line, Little Wren took his place beside Eagle. And the birds took to the sky. The small songbirds quickly tired, their tiny wings too fragile to carry them very far. And they were joined by Crow and Duck, and one by one, competitors fell until only the strongest still climbed into the sky. And Eagle soared higher and higher until each of his competitors gave up and returned back to the earth. Eagle smugly congratulated himself and began his descent. He was exhausted and needed to recover. But as he was descending, he heard a small, bright voice chirping from above him. I am king! I am king! I am the highest! Looking up, he saw Little Brown Wren fluttering above him. Wren had quietly, carefully, secretly hidden in the feathers of Eagle and had ridden his back into the sky. Eagle was furious, but he was so exhausted from his flight that he could not fly any higher. When Wren landed back on the ground, the little songbirds chirped in joy and surprise. They were sure that one of the bigger birds was going to win, but they were too shy to complain. The large birds were furious. You only won through trickery and cunning. That's not fair. Why, Eagle would have won through strength and brawn. Why is that so much better than cunning? No matter. Propose a new contest and I will win once more, said Wren. So the big birds huddled up and they chatted and they came up with a solution. We will have a new competition. The bird that can swoop the lowest will be the true new king. So the birds all went to a cliff that was overlooking a field, and one by one, they descended from the cliff, swooping low across the ground. Little Wren spotted a mouse hole in the field and hopped inside and claimed, I am king! I am king! I am the lowest! The large birds were furious. And they decided, sure, Wren could be king, but he would not rule over them. Each one of them took turns watching over the hole, waiting for Wren to emerge so that they could gobble him up. Each day passed, and Wren stayed stubbornly in his hole. Until one night, when Wise Owl was keeping watch, staring at Wren with great yellow eyes. But As the beginning rays of the day peeked over the horizon, they momentarily blinded Owl. Ren took this as his chance, and he hopped out of the hole, and he rushed over to a bush. And that is where Ren stays today. He's still the rightful king of the birds, but he lives in the bushes and hides in the hedges, fearful of the hawks and eagles that would come and eat him up. They're still ashamed that he was able to best them in the competitions. But all the other birds still come to Ren for advice because he is so clever and so cunning.
That was great. I loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works because you're so smart.
Yeah, Eagle was a douche anyways. Great. I loved that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Is that just like a story that you heard as a child?
Yeah. And actually, when we were in the library, I was looking through to see if they had any more folklore because of all the stuff that Alice had. I was actually able to find a page from a book, and I transcribed it for you.
Oh. Well, thank you. He'll fold it up and put it in his journal. Okay. How's the stew coming?
Oh, it's going great. We got a nice dried tomato, some bits of jerky, lots of salt.
Yeah, and as you stir your pot of stew over the fire, it continues to crackle as one of the logs snaps in half and settles. Embers kind of tossed up into the air, dancing in the darkness of night. And you continue on with your conversations, have a lovely meal, recounting the events of Valerian, dwelling slightly on the past, and remembering the people that have brought you there. As the sun fully disappears from the night sky, you finish your meal, pack up, and you head to bed. In the morning, you set out once again, for you have a 10-day of travel left ahead of you. And those 10 days go by trudging along the edge of the enchanted forest, slowly creeping your way towards Harrow, the city of glass. And after almost a month of journey, you finally arrive. One bright, hot afternoon. The giant gates surrounding the city, crumbling walls embedded in the dunes of sand. The city itself towering above those walls. There are 3 tiers of the city that rise. Above these crumbling outer walls, into the sandy cliffs of the desert, like a decadent cake. Bold hues of green and blue and grand domes of golden bronze punctuate the skyline, sitting like little crowns on the sandstone buildings. A ginormous ziggurat dominates the highest tier, looming over the city in its magnificence, a feat demonstrating the engineering brilliance produced by the college. The extensive network of canals through the industrial quarters stretch upwards to the lush green landscape of the villa, with brilliantly carved gondolas transporting people and products around this bustling oasis. And as you tie up your horses at the outer stables and approach the gates, the doors begin to open. The light from the sun casts rays through the gates, illuminating the magnificence of the city. And you hear the bustling of people all about as you are greeted by the transportation center, gondolas sitting in the waters, and the warehouse district just beyond them.
Oh, it's nice to be off the road.
Oh my god, you're telling me. I thought it was going to take at least 20 days fewer than it did.
You know what? I could really use a just like a nice home-cooked meal. Is there like a map? that we can reference?
There's not necessarily a map, but there are people who can point you in the right direction.
Yeah. Is there any, probably a nice place to stay as well, so...
Yeah, so, like, I want to be in a district that has, like, a lot of people and a lot of bustle, because I feel like that's a good place to maybe gather some information, but also priorities are food and sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, so immediately upon arriving in the city, the guards greet you into the city. They ask you for your papers. You present your papers, and you ask about where you could go. Immediately, they suggest heading to the trade district, where you will find the Broken Fang Inn and Tavern. It's a local favorite, a little bit more of a dive bar,
We love a good dive.
but good for wary travelers just arriving in the city.
Perfect. Do we just, like, rent a gondola to get there?
You can walk there.
Okay.
The gondolas are mostly for transportation of goods
Oh,
and
freight.
people of higher status.
gotcha. Do I need to put on my fancy clothes? Yeah. We'll walk. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a scenic route, yeah.
You are heading to a district within the lower city,
Okay.
so it's not too far from here. Maybe takes you 20 minutes.
All right. Nice city. It's hot.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hot.
Yes.
We're in the
The
desert.
desert does not suit me.
You wear so many layers. You gotta slim down.
Yeah, I guess.
So you head towards the trade district and quickly find the Broken Fang Inn and Tavern. Outside, it is just a clump of several simple rectangular structures kind of stacked haphazardly, and you can tell that it has grown throughout the years, that new additions have been added as the city grew and the patron population grew. You push open the doors and enter a space where there is a rich murmur of activity. There are low tables surrounded by cushioned benches. The scent of lamb and cumin fills the air.
Ding ding.
That smells great.
You see a woman wearing a plum-colored embroidered caftan. She has chunky strands of colored glass beads cascading from her neck and a bronze medallion which rests in the folds of an ochre shoulder wrap. Her hair is pulled up tightly, wrapped beneath a length of red linen. She comes on over to you and smiles. She motions over to one of the low tables and says, "I'll be with you shortly. Please have a seat."
Oh, thank you. Plop down.
Yep. Sit down. Cool place we got here.
Yeah.
Are there any other people waiting in the inn dining or chilling?
Yeah, so, it's rather, you're here about midday. It's rather busy, not cramped or crowded, but it is a full house at this point.
Oh.
So there were maybe one or two empty tables when you entered. You have now taken one of them up, and it is bustling. This woman is going from table to table, bringing out food, pouring drinks, and carrying in trays of tea. Eventually, after some time, she makes her way over to you and sets a tray of hammered copper tea set in front of you. You can see the steam rising from the pot and 2 overturned cups. My name is Tanebe. What brings you into the city, and is there anything I can get you?
We're traveling, looking for a couple of folks, but also for food and lodging, and yeah.
Ah, well, I can help you with the latter half. Do you know who you are looking for?
Should we tell?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. We're looking for a man named Vladland Purdue.
I said no, but okay.
Oh, did you? Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's fine,
I thought you said.
So, as you say the name Vladland Purdue, she looks at you for a moment, her eyes slightly widened, and she just leans in closely and she goes, "You might not be from around here, but I do suggest being quite careful throwing that name about." And then she stands back up and smiles, handing you 2 menus.
Sorry, Monsieur.
That's okay. It's okay. It's over. It happened. I will have the lamb with rice.
Wonderful. It is one of our house favorites.
Looks delicious.
And I'll have the lentils and rice.
Ah, yes. I will have those right on out. Anything else? Could I get you something to drink while you wait?
Oh, the tea is fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll be right back with your meals. And she leaves.
Ren is going to lean forward and be like, I was thinking that we probably shouldn't just go around slinging names.
Oh yeah,
That way,
it's probably for the best.
especially cult leader names.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best.
So we'll go with the educational aspect because he was a scholar. I think he was a professor of his own.
I guess sure, if we were asked, yeah.
Yeah. But how are we? Yeah. So we're trying to find an occultist or somebody to look at these symbols.
Yeah, maybe. I know someone, I'll have to remember the name, an old patron who came by my establishment a couple of times is from Harrow, and obviously we're long out of touch, but I bet I could pull some strings if I needed to.
Good.
At this point, you notice a very distinct pair of people entering the establishment. A ripped green half-orc woman with long, wavy hair and Yancey, a taller, curvy man with a short afro. They enter the room and they begin to look around, kind of surveying the space. Tenebe has not yet noticed them.
We've got some interesting company.
I want to immediately look around and see if I notice who I'm looking for.
Yeah, so you look around and they're not difficult to spot either. Both pairs of people kind of stick out quite a bit.
Perfect.
And you're immediately drawn to the horns and the bright pink skin of the very tall, slender Salvador.
Not that tall, just so we're clear.
We're both sitting again, so it's hard to tell.
Yancey is going to pull up Bree aside for a quick second. Are you sure you don't want to go back home to the Enchanted Forest? I mean, from the theater, we immediately came here. You haven't seen your family in so long. Nim, the rest of the strays, they miss you.
I know they do, Jan, but this is important. It has to happen. Or else that won't exist no more.
Listen, I respect you. I've missed you so much, but I don't believe this is more important than our family.
I mean, maybe I would have felt the same years ago, but now this is what I have to do. And I will gladly have your company to do it with.
Fine, I will stay. But after this, you have to promise me we're going back home.
It could be a while.
Yancey rolls their eyes and looks at the other distinguished people in the tavern.
Come on, y'all. Let's go make some friends. Nah.
Fine. Let's do it.
And I just strut over like I have a purpose, and I sit down in the booth and push Sal in.
Oh,
Well, howdy.
howdy.
Hello?
Come on, y'all. Sit
Hi.
down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll scoot over.
What can we help you with?
Actually, she wasn't clear in that part.
Who?
I think we're
Kanabe?
here to help you.
Kanabe?
Or do you work here?
No, we're from out of town.
The
Clearly.
Enchanted Forest, to be more exact.
Oh. Okay.
Fun.
Do you have a cat somewhere?
Good. Twilight had since been sitting on the booth bench. I pick him up and put him on the table.
Perfect. All right. Just wanted to be sure.
How? What?
That's weird to say.
Oh, hi. I'm Upri.
Ren, great to meet you.
Ren.
And Salvador.
Oh, Salvador. Ooh, that do sound exotic.
Hi, I'm Yancey. And my confused sister here, like I already said her name, Upri.
I ain't confused.
Sorry, I'm the confused one.
I am also confused.
I'm very confused.
Do you know like an older woman, real pretty, but like she like can travel through time and space? Maybe not time.
Yes.
Do we? I mean, yeah, kind of.
She didn't look old in the photos, did she? No. How old?
Wait, was she old in my? Oh, do you know a pretty lady who's not old at all?
Several, yeah.
Oh, no. Yes.
I thought.
Daphne is quite old.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Gladys is not old.
Oh, all right.
So other than the age,
I mean, like, oddly enough, we don't necessarily know people. We know of people who can travel through time and space or work through time and space. It's rarely confusing.
I think we did that ourselves involuntarily.
Yeah. We also have traveled through time and space.
Right. I mean, you're definitely the ones. That's really all I know.
I don't know either.
What's going on? How did you identify us? Besides that, we look really odd here.
Oh,
Well-
I see you have more company. Let me get you menus.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just have a pitcher, whatever is your strongest drink.
All right. I will do that. But here's your lentil dish and your lamb dish. I'll get you a pitcher of some ale. And for you,
I'll have the kofta.
a very discerning eye you have. I'll be right back with that. Anything to drink?
Just water and your strongest ale. I think I'm going to need it.
All right. I'll be right back with that.
I'll also take an ale now, actually.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get 4 pitchers for the table.
Glass.
I'll take a glass.
Oh, I want a pitcher.
3
All right.
glasses, 1 pitcher.
I will be
please.
right back. And again, she whisks off to the back kitchen.
So we're the ones of what you were explaining?
Yeah, how do you know us?
Well, I guess I don't know you. I just know of you.
Who told you of us?
The older lady, real pretty. She was in a.
Does she have a name?
I don't think she ever told me her name.
Did you see her?
Yeah, a few times. She came and visited me when I was when I was in the void. Do you know what the void is?
I don't know if I know what the void is.
Don't you know what the void is?
Do I know what the void is? Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've heard of the word before.
Oh, all right. It might not be important yet. I don't want to spoil any surprises, honestly. We're here to help, though.
The woman that you talk about, did she look like this? And I pull out the sketching that I did of Gladys from the library.
Nah, she's far too young. Maybe a time ago, but not quite.
So, some woman in the void told you to find us and help us?
Well, she didn't really say help, but I just kind of assumed. I hope we're not here together.
Do a perception check to hear that.
Beyonce looks at them. I know this sounds a little weird, but in the void, a lot of weird things happen. And whether we're here to help you, hopefully not kill you, as Beyonce nudges Upri, the sooner we get this done, the sooner I can go home.
Okay, what is this? What do we need to get done?
I was hoping that you can tell us.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they know either.
This is a very odd situation that we have.
Maybe in a more private environment.
Yeah, we were planning on getting a couple rooms anyway.
Oh, perfect.
So
Does it have 4 beds?
a couple rooms probably would have 4 beds.
Thank you for
in
offering.
Total. Sure.
Yeah.
So how about we have a nice meal, and then we can go up to the rooms and chat more in a more private setting?
Sure, that works for us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Tenebe does arrive back with your kofta and lots of ale, including a pitcher and 3 glasses.
Upper grabs the pitcher.
Oh, all right.
You've got a thirst on you.
Ooh, yeah, it's hot out there.
As Upri's drinking the pitcher, Beyonce's gonna look at them. Excuse my sister. She is, odd.
Oh, yeah, and all of you are just so improperly dressed for this weather.
Yeah. Do you know of any linen vendors or
Yeah, actually, just around the corner, you'll find the center market. There's plenty of clothing vendors that might have selections that are better suited for this climate.
Yeah, I'm only used to the enchanted forest, so it's really hot here.
Yeah,
It's really hot.
The leather will do that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Upgrade
ouch.
just has his furs.
What was it? It's like
It's a tube
a
top.
belt.
Yeah. She
For
got
a
a
tube
midriff.
Showing off the six-pack.
It's a 12-pack out there.
I'm sorry. 5 years changes a person. Yeah. All right.
Actually, if you do go there, there should be one with a blue and white banner. Cairo is the vendor's name. Give him my name and you might get a little discount.
So sorry, what's her name? I'm Upgrade.
Oh, my name's Tanebe. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself to you.
Pleasure. Thank you for the ale.
Thank you for being so helpful, Tanebe.
It's a pleasure. Come back anytime. Actually, are you in need of any rooms?
Yes.
Or have you found a place to stay already?
We were just about to ask. We'd like 2 rooms, please. Doubles, ideally, so 4 beds.
Oh, yes, perfect. That would be 5 silver for the night.
All right. Ren rummages through his treasure pouch.
Do you think you'll be staying more than one day, or?
Oh, yes. Let's
Probably a
say, but at least let's start with a week, and then we can always add more time on.
Sure, absolutely. I can give you a little discount for that.
Oh, amazing.
So that would be. I'll do 40 silver for
I
the
pass.
week, the 10-day.
I pass 5 gold over to her, and it's like, there's for the meal as well, and then also some for you.
Oh, thank you so much. Very much appreciated.
Wow, thank you. You really didn't have to do that.
Oh, it's nothing.
Well, thank you, because we kind of are broke, so.
I didn't want to say I figured.
Yeah, I haven't carried money in a few years.
You don't seem like you carry much on you.
Nope, just friend here. And by the way, she's carrying a giant sapling, or like a sapling tree attached to a boulder.
I promise we'll pay you back. Thank you.
Oh, it's quite all right.
You want to touch her?
What type of set? It's a pine tree?
No, it's more. Are you an oak? I think she's an oak. Maybe an alder. Oh my god, I don't think I know.
Can I tell what kind of tree it is? I got the natures.
Yeah, give me a nature check.
I feel like Pam must have told me, but
As Tanebe pulls
Oh,
2
my God.
keys off a ring on her hip and hands you them, they have numbers engraved on them.
Thank you so much. And I rolled an 11.
An 11, it's probably either an oak or a maple.
let's go with Maple.
Yeah,
She's sweet.
so it's a maple tree.
Yeah, I think it's a maple. It's got the striations of a maple in the bark.
And there are like
Yeah.
little leaves on it, aren't there? Wouldn't
Yeah.
there be leaves?
They're
Yeah.
leaves.
Oh,
So you
and
can
then-
tell
yeah,
from
that's
maple
a big
leaves.
indicator.
Yeah.
It matches the one that I have on my bag. I've got a little
Oh, yeah, you do have a
maple
little
leaf
maple
carving.
leaf.
Is it meant to be?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is faded.
Honestly, it kind of feels like it. Well, to the market then? Or do we want to scarf down our food really quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's eat first.
Yeah, eat.
We can drop our packs off probably at our room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, packs.
Well, we'll drop our packs
Yeah,
off.
you look around, you're like,
Did you just
How
carry?
did you two get here? Did you walk the whole way? Did you?
I picture us walking,
Yeah.
camping, eating out of trash cans, sleeping in barns.
Killing a lot of animals to eat.
oh my goodness.
Because systematically, neither one of us have any money on our character sheets.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need money.
I mean, I haven't needed money.
Yeah,
All your life, yeah.
you were living outside of society.
Yeah, like you bartered. There was no currency.
And whatever money I had, I spent looking for this fool right here.
So do you have, like, other than your clothes and your weapons, you don't have very many possessions?
We don't really need that in the Enchanted Forest.
Or the void.
I don't know if I've ever met somebody from the Enchanted Forest.
No.
Or the
Enough for
void.
just kind of 1,000-yard stare.
She's been like that since the incident.
Once we get up to the let's go buy clothes and then go up to the room
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we can talk about what we're here for and then whatever this incident is that you're describing.
Yeah.
The void and whatnot. That sound good?
You mean the void?
Yes, the void.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Does that sound like a great plan to everybody?
Yeah, yes,
thumbs
that
up.
sounds fine.
Let's go shopping! Let's go find Cairo.
The market is very easy to find. It's kind of the flow of traffic to and from the market is pretty constant. And it's just around the corner from the Inn and Tavern. You are in the trade district. As you arrive, it is just packed with people. There are stalls with so many different colored canopies and banners and just like overwhelming amount of color, of smells, of texture, and just so much going on. It kind of overwhelms your senses. As you look out, you see tons and tons of stalls of people selling jewelry, clothing, lanterns, lots and lots of glass work, just like stall after stall after stall of like glass vases, glass pendants, glass sundials, like sun catchers, I should say. All sorts of beautiful, just like ornate glasswork, lots of copper things, and just aromas of various things being cooked on grills. And as you are making your way, weaving throughout the stalls, you do eventually come across one with a blue and white striped awning. A man sits behind a counter stacked high of different textiles and fabrics and clothing, just in like piles on this counter. You can almost barely see him behind the stacks of clothes. He's able to greet you, outfit you with various clothing options, and does take Tenebe's name as a way of giving you a slight 10% discount.
Nice.
You all are able to find the colors that you were looking for, the fits that you're looking for.
Like movement.
And he really, yeah, exactly. Lots of nice movement, flow, airflow in this clothing.
That's gonna be good.
And you come out with a bill of 2 gold.
Total?
2 gold total.
I look over to Upri and Yancey. I got it.
Thank
And I
you.
pass over 2 gold.
So are we able to outfit ourselves to blend into the general fashion aesthetic of the...
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. So now you blend in a little bit more. You don't stick out so much. Your horns are kind of a bit of a giveaway.
I would like to buy a head wrap of sorts.
Okay, yeah, you can get a little head wrap.
Now you just think.
There are, I mean, it's quite a diverse city. So you have come across other tieflings. It's not quite that, like, they're confused about seeing a tiefling or an orc.
Yeah.
But you were obviously outsiders based on your clothing before, and now you kind of blend in a little bit more.
So there were stalls to change.
Yeah, so there's stalls to change, and you can also head back. The Inn and Tavern's not too far away.
Upper change is right here. I feel like she's wearing a beautiful flowy skirt that's blue with a bunch of gold patterns and then a matching tube top. And just in the crowd of people, just like, I want her to twirl around with her arms out. Do I hit anyone?
Yeah, you bump
yeah.
into several people. I mean, you've been bumping into people throughout this. You're not used to being in a space with so many people that's so crowded. Your spatial awareness is a little limited.
And she's tall, like
And you
almost
are a
7
big
feet.
person, yes.
Upri, stop it. I'm so sorry, everyone. Sorry. We're new. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, it's
anxious.
fine.
I'm
They know
just-
we're tours.
I just haven't been to a city with so many people. I'm just a little nervous.
It's a little overwhelming. Yeah.
Back to the inn then. Ren like walks off towards the inn. He like weaves through the crowd like effortlessly. Doesn't even like make like contact with anybody.
I feel like Upper, like the square shoulders just plow. People just boom, boom, bouncing off of her.
And Yancey's like, sorry, excuse me, sorry.
And she's just like
excuse me."
staring at the buildings, looking around. Oh no.
You bump into a politician.
Roll for debate.
So as you are making your way back to the inn, you do take a slightly different path to get there. The roads are quite twisted in this city. It's hard to really stay completely on the same course as you took to get there. And you pass a home that has been scorched from the inside. It's slightly crumbled. The sandstone has kind of crumbled in. And at the base of the door, you see a little symbol carved.
And the symbol.
Is an A.
So it looks like there's a fire, like on the inside.
Yes.
Like a capital A, a lowercase a.
A capital A.
Is it a red A?
It is in red.
Oh, shit.
Wow, Pretty Little Liars.
Not
Hester
where I was
Prynne.
thinking. Yeah, thank you.
With the amount of activity going on and everything being new in the city, hard to think much of it, but it just catches your eye slightly, and you eventually make your way back to the inn and tavern, the Broken Fang. Tenebe gives you a wave as you re-enter. You make your way up the stairs to your rooms. You're able to find the rooms that are written on the keys, and they unlock, and you are able to go in.
Is there a bed?
There are 2 beds in each.
Plop
2
on the
twin
bed.
beds,
Ugh.
and a small curtain over a wash basin.
Oh my god, Jan, they have water.
Is it running water?
No, not running water.
Oh,
It's clean.
we have clean water in
It don't
the
smell like
forest.
rat in the forest.
Which was like several weeks ago at this point.
Yeah, I think we need a bath. I start washing my face, and you can just see the caked on dirt slowly coming off.
Should we reconvene then?
Nah, we can multitask and just kind of like wash underneath the clothes.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to?
Take a bath?
No. Would you like to?
Oh, yeah.
Start the conversation.
Oh, yeah. I'll fill them in on all the stuff. So, is there like a balcony out or like windows?
No.
Okay. I close the door. And
Oh shit.
So we went to a city that was previously lost to time, trapped in a time loop, because we found a symbol connected to people that we knew. I pull out a binder with all my various handouts.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
goodness.
So we found this symbol, and I point to the one with the eye and the 3 lines. So we found these on a symbol of a coin. We basically found a cult that's connected to this symbol who was in pursuit of knowledge, but there's also, we found a prophecy that was somehow tied to us.
Oh, go on.
And we're trying to find one of the people related to this cult called Vladland Purdue. There's a person named Alice who was on the pursuit of this. She left behind journals and sort of clues as she was investigating it also.
Wait, Al?
Alice?
What she look like?
We don't know. We only found some of her stuff, and I pulled out the signet ring that has the P on it.
Do I recognize the ring? Was she wearing the ring when I knew her?
You do recognize the ring. This is
Holy
Alice
fuck.
Perroque's ring.
I mean, I haven't seen Al in 7, 8 years now.
Oh, you knew Alice.
Oh.
Yeah.
She hired me. She gives the ring back a long time ago to bring her to some ruins in the Enchanted Forest.
Okay, this is getting a little more freaky. Yancey looks at the symbols that were pulled out. Do any of these look familiar to you, Upri?
I don't think so. I don't think we found symbols. We really just found these mushroom magnet people that grew and ate mushrooms, which, we debated if it was cannibalism or not.
No. I meant in the void. Did you see any symbols
Oh.
in the void?
Nah, I don't really see much in the void, symbol-wise.
But the beginning of these journals talk about she's having these visions of things, and she was trying to find help. She found Vladimir Purdue, who sent her to this town to go to a monastery. So
We're really
Interesting.
looking for the monastery, and hopefully Vladimir will be there.
yeah.
No, you said something very briefly earlier on at the meal that you were sent to us because there's something bad's gonna happen. Did I hear that right?
More or less.
And no specifics around that?
No, I mean, it's probably related to the void. But
Oh.
that's about all I can gather.
Well, I mean, that's sort of what this prophecy was telling anyway. It's
That's
like
true.
end times, the harbingers of death, and how...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there are these 4 things too. So there are references to tarot cards, the hangman, the hierophant, the skull, the oracle, and the seer. Oh gosh, I had it written down here and then I put it away. But one of them is a wizard. Sal's flipping furiously through his binder. But there is an oracle that is a seer marked by a cat, and a scholar. Yeah, he's a cat. This is Twilight.
I've got a cat, yeah.
Yeah.
And a scholar that's a wizard marked by floral silks.
Oh.
Any ever encountered people that match those descriptions?
No,
Not
I mean,
really.
it's just someone that wore a bush, but I don't think that's quite close.
Is there a bush in the prophecy?
No, nothing about bushes in the prophecy.
She's probably still in the bush now.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
They were a wonderful individual. Miss them dearly.
All right.
I wonder whatever. Anywho, what were we talking about?
Just giving you the lowdown.
Oh,
on-
right, Alice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So how your last contact with her was 7 years ago?
Yeah, I brought her to ruins for. She was looking for a statue of a goddess. Freya, I think,
Oh,
was the name.
okay.
We found mushroom people that worshiped the statue along with bullywugs and created a beautiful friendship between the two societies. It was wonderful. I think I remember her finding something in the ruins, and she acted a little weird after that, but I never saw her again after that expedition.
Well, based on this journal, Alice met Vladland after she had these visions 9 years ago, which kind of lines up whenever you had your maybe.
I mean, first of all, what year is it?
So it is 1465.
I don't think that means much to me.
Yeah, so
Did I know what year it was before?
you kept time the same way.
What year was it when Stu kidnapped me?
So Stu kidnapped you probably 10 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait. And then 5 years after that. So we've been going to this Harrow for 5 years.
So maybe I knew Al 14 years ago.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Okay.
It's
Shit.
hard for you to keep track of time given that the void felt like an eternity and you were not sure what was going on.
Time dilation, time contraction.
There's also been, a lot of time dilations and things. Timey-wimey bullshit.
I also didn't realize how long it's been. Wow.
Yeah.
God, I don't even remember how old I am anymore. Right.
Well, I'm guessing you don't know where Alice. Well, we know where Alice is. The last we knew of her whereabouts, she was headed to Pythia, or to a tower east of the Pelican Mountains.
All right. Do I recognize that name? I don't think so.
I mean, you might not know a lot of the geography outside of the Enchanted Forest. You probably know, like, Siag is the capital of Everfear and, like, some of the big cities.
Okay.
You might have heard of the Pelican Mountains being east.
Well, we're supposed to be here. I was supposed to find you, and I guess we'll just go.
Just gonna follow us around.
Yeah, see what happens.
All right.
I guess we need to go to this Pythia place.
Well, we're looking for the. Oh God, what's the word? The
Monastery?
monastery. That's the word. We're looking for the monastery here in Harrow to get some answers from hopefully Vladland Purdue, or at least somebody there. But we have no leads yet. We just arrived not too long before you all did.
I mean, let's help them with their thing, and then see what happens.
I guess so. I mean, there's not much else I can do really in this situation but help.
Thanks, Jan.
But seriously, once this is done, we're going home.
Yeah, once all of it is done.
What does that mean, though?
I don't know, but I feel like we're not going to see home for a while.
Yancey kind of just looks aside and just walks away. Like okay. All right.
Is Yancey okay?
I don't think so, but we can deal with that later.
All right, but what happened to you? You said you were in the void. Wait, let's talk about that for a second.
The void. What do you want to know?
Why?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really know where it is. It's in the void.
Oh, that was in the journals from the sunken catacombs that we went to. We welcomed the void. There was a family of warlocks that traded their souls to a deity or a patron, and they kept it in the book. We welcome the void, or we offer you up to the void.
Oh. Well, shit, I don't know. Jan and I were just visiting a friend partying in a village doing a bunch of drugs during their midsummer celebrations.
A lot of bacon.
Yeah, a lot of hallucinations too. And then shit just got really weird. Her name was Stu. She's like their leader. Marked me with charcoal when I was really high, and then I think she was trying to sacrifice me or something. But then it gets real fuzzy.
Well, essentially, you two went through some tunnel, leaving me and Pan Pan there. And then for the 5 years after that, I was looking for you. And then that's when I ran into the twins, the Sorelli siblings. You didn't really get a chance to know them, but they helped me find Upri. And here we are. A lot of good people have died for us to get here.
Yeah, and that entire time I was in the void. 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000,000,000 yard stare.
Okay, so we can rest for tonight
Yeah.
and set out tomorrow?
Sure.
I guess so. I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you in our room or are we in
Yeah.
yours?
I think we're in your
we were
room.
in yours
You
'cause
plopped
you were-
down on the bed, and so we'll take the other room.
All right. Well, bye.
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 Sweet dreams.
I closed the door behind them.
Yeah, lock it to Jan just to be safe.
Oh, once you stay in the Lord's suite,
Nothing else feels right.
yeah. But this is nice. I mean, it's good.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah.
This is pretty standard fare. Just a simple bed, a simple chest with a lock on it. The water basin is just a small little water basin, not enough for you to sit in,
Mhm.
but just to wash yourself up over it.
The lap of luxury.
Beyonce's going to pull out some parchment and start writing. Since we finally got a chance to stop, I'm going to write to Nim Nim and the rest of our family, letting them know that you are at least okay.
Seems sensible enough.
I don't know how it's going to get there. Can ravens fly that far?
There's ways to send it.
If you want, I have sending as a spell.
Great. Well, great. I know that. But yeah.
I mean, you don't, but yes.
I mean, I will know that eventually. But yeah, I'll figure out some way to get it there. But I need to at least let them know that I found you and that you're okay. More or less. But yeah.
As Upri lies in her bed, can I open my awareness and see if I feel something magical?
Open your awareness.
Yeah, we've never done this before.
That sounds kinky.
What is this? What is
So-
this mechanic? What is going on?
So she's just gonna kind of like close her eyes, steady her breaths, make them even, and see if she can pick up on any energies around her within 60 feet.
Like magical energies?
Yeah, any magic source within 60 feet. What do I sense?
Oh gosh. I mean,
I particularly want to feel up those two.
so okay, you're
Interesting
feeling
choice
up.
of words.
You're magically filling up the tall, handsome duo.
Oh, it's specifically
Not
concentrated
sure which
magic.
one's taller. Not sure which one's more handsome. But you filling them up for all of their magical energies. So obviously, Salvador quickly pings as channeling a large amount
Okay.
of divine energy. Y'all are level 7. That's a lot of magic running through him. But you do also pick up on some of the items that they are carrying.
Oh, okay.
They're interesting, to say the least, these items. So, yeah, what magical items do you have on your person, Salvador?
I can
have-
tell what school of magic they're from, but
It's-
not what they do.
Okay, it's an ion stone, which I think it's abjuration.
Yeah,
This
so
one.
you have an abjuration ion stone. You've hidden it, right?
Yeah, it's not floating.
It's not floating above you right now.
Mainly, do I
Um,
sense anything dark or sinister?
What you notice from Ren is this very weird necromantic energy
Oh, ow.
pinging on a ring on his finger.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Do I notice that you're doing
Like
this?
quite powerful necromancy.
I picture, so Jan, I think you would see Fern lying on the ground next to me, standing up. Fern's roots probably start to grow and seep into the floor, in between the floorboards and stuff, and her branches probably get taller and some new leaves start to bud.
Oh, that just makes me goosebumpy. I'm gonna look up from writing my letter. Up. Wait. What's going on?
What do you mean, Jan?
This is, and I wave my hand around. This is new.
What's new, Jan?
Yeah. As you're talking with Jan, you also start picking up a lot of interesting energies from them. They're channeling something
Jan?
very mysterious.
What
It's
did you
like
do?
an amalgamation of various classes of magic.
Was that shade?
It's just they're channeling something, and it's not one single class of magic. So like Salvador is all this divine abjuration, conjuration.
Boo.
It's very clear what's happening on in there. But Yancey is channeling like a lot of different things. And you get these vibes that like, it's not quite sinister, but not quite good either. It's kind of gray. You also notice that they have several magic items on them that are channeling, or that have some magic emanating from them as well.
Jan, you been doing anything weird these past couple of years?
What do you mean? Why are you saying that? Yancey is clearly nervous.
You feel different.
I mean, I got these new tattoos. That's essentially it.
The tattoo is probably the clearest thing, and that's pure abjuration.
Ah. Well, all right. We can drop it for now.
Yeah, what? Okay. You're being weird. More weird than usual.
Right back at you.
Yancey is going to start covering up the tattoos with their arms
I'm not trying to be a creep.
and
Sorry.
walk away. Back to the letter. You notice Yancey's pulling out a bunch of items from his pack, and one of them is like a small, tiny dagger. That Yancey's just looking at it and being like, I miss you every day, Blaze.
Oh.
But that's in my head. That's an internal thought.
Internal thought, yeah.
I was able to grab it before all the shit went down.
Yeah.
And then I put it back and finished my letter.
All
And I
right.
pass out.
So Upper passes out. Yancey finishes up their letter and heads off to bed. Salvador and Ren eventually head to sleep as well. And the night fades away. So as you doze off, the memories of the day slip away. And Yancey,
Oh.
you begin to dream.
Renaissance.
You're suspended in
Break my soul.
the void.
PR/honey.
The darkness and black, unending vastness of the void.
Never fear has a problem.
You hear the squishing noise of the living caverns.
Church girl.
The laughing of the puppets begin to echo through your mind. And slowly in the distance, you start to see something fading into existence. And as you stare at it, you feel a tingle run through your body, from your toes to your head The hair on your arms begins to stand up. The hair on the back of your neck begins to prick. And you start to feel a cold, wet sweat rolling off your body. And as you stare deeper and deeper into the void, you start to see it looking back at you. An eye watching, staring, waiting, unblinking, unmoving, and utterly unnerving. You feel yourself start to breathe heavily, panicked. Your breath begins to become shallow and quickened, your heart beating in your chest, and you are unable to move. You look at it, and it looks at you. And you are awoken by a rumbling as the room is shaking, the bed is rattling, and all of you are awoken by this. The whole inn is shaking. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
where are my d20s? Where'd they go? Wait.
Oh, fuck.
I got a 20.
17?
18.
I got 2.
Ah!
So you hear Yancey shout across the hall, Sal and Ren. The room is shaking and everything shakes for a couple seconds and then settles down. As you wipe the sleep from your eyes, Yancey, you see on a shelf in the room
An elf.
an eyeball covered in black, goopy pustules, sitting on the shelf, staring at you. What do you do?
I immediately use Eldritch Blast.
Frog dead.
Laying down.
Does a 20. Oh, I can roll twice since I'm. So I'm gonna. Hold on.
So you have two beams.
Yeah, so one's 22 and the other is 12.
Okay, the 22 will hit.
All right, so that's going to be for 8 damage.
All right. So you blast this eye. You all hear this commotion in the room beside you as they let off an eldritch blast at the eye. It pounds into the eyeball. It blinks and sits on the shelf,
I'm not even done
staring
yet.
at you.
I am also going to punch it.
So you run over and you punch it.
Oh, wait, why am I actually... I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Virtually, yeah.
That's an 18.
An 18 hits.
All right, that's going to be for 4 damage.
He just likes the noise.
Oh.
I'm making the sound effect.
Okay.
Dice noises.
So you punch into it. You feel the squish of the eye, and the black ooze starts to drip all over your hand. As you pull your arm out of the eye, it again blinks at you and continues to stare.
What do you want?
Upri, you wake up hearing all this, being shook awake. You're very groggy. You see Yancey punching something on the wall, and as they move out of the way, you see this pustulous eye staring at you.
Jan, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Help!
Okay. I spring up out of bed, grab Fern, who rips up some floorboards now. 'Cause she probably grew a little bit overnight. And I start running at the wall. What is it? What am I swinging? Oh shit! And I'll go in with Fern.
How big is this eye?
It's small. Like, it's maybe a foot wide.
Oh, fuck.
So not like
Big
an
for an
eye.
eye.
It's a big for an eye, but it's not a big
Right.
target.
It's not like a beholder.
It's not a
like floating
beholder.
around.
No, it's a tiny, tiny monster in terms of mechanics and stat block.
Does an 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit.
I hit the
So
wall.
you swing into the wall, you crash into the sandstone.
Oh shit!
Some of it starts to chip off and crumble. The shelf breaks down and the eye stays put. As if
Bring
it
up
was
Fern
still
and go
sitting
for
on
a
the shelf.
second. Another 11.
11 does not hit. So again, you swing in your
Pounding the wall.
sleep-ridden stupor, a little hungover. You chip more of the sandstone off of the wall. And it blinks and stares at you.
It's so gross.
And as you are swinging around, you had knocked down the shelf. It stayed put. But then, as you blink and open your eyes, it is now to your left. You didn't see it move, but it is now sitting on Yancey's bed, staring at you. And as it looks at you, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Both of us?
Just upraise.
So I still have a bonus action? Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do your bonus action.
And then take out a hand axe, throw it at the bed, the
All
back
right.
wall. Doesn't, it's an 8.
An 8 does not hit.
Throw an axe into your bed, I'm so sorry.
Our deposit.
So
It's
as
over.
you throw your axe, it slams into the bed, tearing open the mattress, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw as it stares you down.
Oh shit, I get +7. Fuck you. 18.
An 18 will pass. You feel its gaze lock onto you as if it's trying to sap the energy from your body. Ren, you hear this commotion.
Ren will spring out of bed wearing a pair of, I guess, linen capris. They like hit off just around the shin. You know, they're comfy. They like breathe a little bit, let your ankles have some air. He's gonna grab his short sword and his healer pack and just like in hand and just run out into the hall and I guess burst into Yancey and Upray's room. I burst in.
You burst in, you
What?
see that there is a flurry of commotion. Chunks of the wall are missing. A shelf has been thrown off the wall. There is an axe sticking out of the mattress and this eyeball sitting on the bed.
Kill it.
Oh, hell
Black ooze and goop like seeping into the sheets of the bed.
I will use my bonus action to analyze it as a scholar, which just feels weird because I'm like, great, an eyeball. And then I guess I'll run up and just take a hack at it with my short sword. Is anybody else within 5 feet of it besides me? Is anybody else like next to it?
I mean, it's a pretty small room.
It's a pretty small room. Like, Yancey is probably 5 feet away.
Okay, cool. I'm just wondering because in the case of sneak attack, I don't get advantage, but I still can get the sneak attack.
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Hell yeah! I do a lot of damage this time. Let's see. 1, 2. Hold on. I have to think. 3. And then I'm also going to. No, I'm not. Just kidding. Ignore that. Okay, let's see. That is 18 piercing damage. I
18
stab
piercing
into it.
damage? All right.
Stab right in the eyeball.
You stab it in the eye. As you do, this black ooze pours out of the pupil around your dagger, and you pull back out, and it
That's
the
disgusting.
hole closes. This black ooze now pouring and pulling off the bed.
I'm gonna try and like flick my sword, my short sword, to like get the ooze off of it.
Yeah, you flick some of this black ooze onto the floor. It hits and pulls out around where it lands.
Ew.
Oh no, don't get any of my axe. Oh.
It's too late. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I got nothing else.
All right, that brings us to Salvador.
I whisper to myself, don't you know that it's quiet hours? And I pick up my shield and my iron stone and I walk over to the other room where I see the door's been clearly kicked in. And I look at this terrible scene with people, and I frown at the torn up mattress and the eye and the goop and the terror, and I cast Toll the Dead on this stupid eye. So that's to do a wisdom saving throw
A wisdom save? Okay.
and beat a 14.
I got a nat 20.
Oh.
Plus 2.
The eye doesn't blink.
No, Toll was
doesn't
dead.
blink.
No, dead was. You got
As
it.
you hear the bells tolling in your mind and trying to place it, it blinks.
Well, it's rude. Yeah, very rude. Anyway, that's my turn.
All right. Beyonce.
Beyonce, after punching the eye and seeing the ooze all over their hands, falls on the floor and backs up, and then is going to use poison spray, which that means they need a Constitution. I can do it well enough so it doesn't hit anyone. A con save of 14.
What if I said I rolled a 23?
Then I would say you are mean.
Rude again. Rude.
Rude. With my bonus action, I'm just going to... No, I'm not going to do any. Yeah, I am. I'm going to get up and punch it again.
Okay, so as you cast your poison spray, again, you blink your eyes, and when you reopen them, it is no longer on the bed. It's sitting on the chest at the foot of the bed. And so you divert your energy to try to make your punch. What's your attack roll?
It is a 16.
You pivot quickly enough to land a blow on it.
And that's going to be for 5 damage.
All right. Again, you
Squelch.
punch into it. It squelches and squishes. This time compressing a little bit more than before. You see that it's becoming slightly deflated as the black ooze is just seeping out, now pouring over the chest and dripping onto the floor.
What is this?
Upgrade.
I'm going to run over next to Beyonce with Fern and just try to slam down on it. And I'm going to do a reckless attack, so I can roll
Alright.
with advantage.
Smash that chest.
Can't see. Oh, 24.
A 24 will do it.
11 damage.
All right. You slam Fern down on the eye, and with a splat, it bursts, spraying black goo across the room, and you crush the chest beneath it. You hear the crack of the wood splintering as you slam into the ground and remove your hammer to reveal a black, oozy splotch.
I think I got it.
And that's when you hear the screams outside.
Like outside the building? Or?
Uh-huh.
Beyonce is still like kind of hyperventilating, being like, "If that was in the thing was in it was in my dream. It's
Ren, what do you do?
Ren is going to quickly attach his healer pack. Just like it's like on a belt, so he just like clips it in. And then I'm just gonna go outside, I guess, if there are screams outside.
Okay, so you're gonna run down the stairs, and as
Yeah.
you get down into the tavern section of the structure, you see sitting on one of the tables is another eyeball. This one more bulbous, with a pinky flesh surrounding it. It sits just in the center of one of the tables and starts to roll around.
Oh, I'm gonna run over and stab it. Is anybody else in the tavern besides
No,
me?
nobody else is here.
Down here? You hear from downstairs. But I will run over. Oh, I'm gonna use my bonus action to analyze it. Because I want to use my intelligence, because it's much
I
better.
can see it as like them being like, hold up, and putting on glasses. And being like,
Okay, you've got tentacles there, and I see your iris. Okay, I know where to stab now. Ooh, does a math 26 hit?
A 26 does
Assuming it
hit.
does. Okay, I don't get my sneak attack because nobody else is nearby, but that's okay. I still do 17 piercing damage. So I run
Alright.
over and stab it.
You skewer this thing. It gets stuck on the end of your sword, and you whip it out. It splats to the ground motionless.
Oh, it's dead.
One shot.
Nailed it.
Nicole Byers, will you please?
Salvador, you see Ren run downstairs. You hear the screams outside. What do?
Is there a window in this room?
There is a window.
I peek out. What's the scene outside?
Yeah, so you look outside and you don't see a lot of motion, but you hear the screaming coming from your right, which you're looking out the back of the building.
Okay. So I'll rush downstairs. I see Ren has duly defeated this eye monster. No other monsters in sight.
No.
Okay, then I'll go towards the door to get outside.
Okay, so you approach the door of the tavern, you throw it on open, and you turn to your left, and that's when you see another one of these eyeballs, the pinky flesh, rolling through the street towards you.
Okay. Do I still have an action?
Yes, you have an action.
Okay, it needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
All right. It gets a 20.
Okay, so it anyway. Go about your business.
So it is going to roll on up to about 5 feet away and stop and stare at you, Salvador.
I'm not looking it in the eye. Avoiding eye contact.
Yancey, what are you doing? You're upstairs right now.
I'm going to kind of snap out of it somehow. I'm going to throw on some clothes.
That's right. So you sleep in the nude?
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
I did not notice, but
So in the commotion, you all saw the nude Yancey.
And I run down and I cast Witch's Bolt on the thing that is next to Salvador.
All right.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not.
Then with my bonus action, I'm going to whack it with my fist.
Okay. So you crouch down and try to punch it on the ground. It's maybe like a tennis ball sized eyeball.
I don't care. I'm knocking the shit out of it.
So you squat down, go
Well,
to
an
punch
unarmed
it.
strike can be a stomp.
Or stomp. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you
Step on it.
stomp it.
I stomped in. I got a 25.
A 25 will hit.
All right, and that's going to be for 5 damage.
All right, you feel it squish beneath your foot, but as you lift it, it is still there, just somewhat deflated.
it's like a balloon, like an old balloon.
I scream and fall to the ground.
Pretty, what are you doing?
I run downstairs after everyone else. Can I see outside from the main building?
Yeah, so you see Salvador and Yancey standing over this weird eyeball.
Perfect. I run, Mike White! And I just burst the door with Fern and wham! Bring the hammer down.
All right, make your attack roll.
Maybe is
do a
not going
reckless
to be
attack.
happy with us.
And that is going to be an 18 to hit.
An 18 will hit.
And that is for 4 damage.
4 damage.
And then I
So
bring
you
Fern up again for another attack.
slam down on it. You just kind of nick it, and it kind of rolls a little bit off to the left, but again resets itself and looks at you.
And then I try to bring my Fern up for another attack, but she stuck because I rolled an at 1. God damn it,
So
Fern,
she
now's
gets
not the time.
snagged on something, and you are unable to swing it back down. That brings us to Ren.
It's me.
Ren is going to try and do a run by swing.
All right.
So just like, you know how he was like weaving through the crowd? He like weaves through his party to like get up next to the thing and tries to cut it. Do I get flanking advantage?
I guess so, yeah.
Now that we're all like huddled around this thing.
How much money, eyeball?
Adults, humanoids around a tennis ball eye trying to stomp it to death.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit.
Okay, so I get my sneak attack in. That is gonna be for, I rolled another 6. Hell yeah. 20 piercing damage.
Oh my gosh. So you do a run by, dragging your sword through it. You slice it in half and fling both halves across the alley.
And I keep going.
They splat and you keep running towards the screaming
Yeah.
which is not far away. It's 2 buildings down. It is a residential home.
A blur just like passes by, like weaves in and out of you guys and like
You
cuts
see
the thing in half.
the door is ajar.
I burst in if I can. I don't know how much. movement I
You
have.
burst in and you see several black orbs
Why you gotta be
of goo with tendrils covering the floor of the room.
Ew.
You see snarls of tentacles, and you see more of these eyes sitting throughout the space, as well as these strange, almost dragon fruit looking splodges with eyes all over, just blinking completely on their own. None of them in tandem.
That's disgusting. How many total orby, globby, eyeball-y creatures are there?
Yeah, so the room is just covered in tentacles and tendrils and snarls of these tentacles, and they're all just kind of bunched up into balls. But there are 2 like sacks of this like
Like an origin
membrane
point? Like
filled with tentacles sitting in the center of the room, surrounded by all of the snarl. And the eyes, there's like 2 more of those little tentacle, or the
Little ball whales?
little pinky tennis ball sized ones, 1 more of those goopy blistered ones, and then 1 of these dragon fruits covered in eyes.
Well, oh, gross. I'll use my bonus action to analyze one of the tentacle balls.
All right,
So that's all I can do, though.
that brings us.
Oh no, am I just going to get attacked by all of these things? So I'm standing in the doorway.
As
With your glasses on.
step into this room and you see this scene, the whole room starts to pulsate as these tendrils start to make their way towards you.
No.
You see tendrils start to lash out at you.
That's not like a lot.
You get struck twice, once in the chest and once around your legs.
Mm-hmm.
You are grappled
That's how you react.
as they wrap themselves around you.
Do we take any damage?
No damage yet.
Oh, okay, so I'm just... So does my party...
Just wait.
Does the party just see like a bunch of tentacles come out of the doorway and just like wrap around me?
exactly. So they're all in the on the street. They see you run in through the door, and then they see tentacles just like envelop you as you get in, and they start pulling you into the space.
No. What the
You
fuck? No.
see these membranes of black tentacles start to pulsate in the middle of the room, and they start to slowly roll towards you. The ground around them is covered in tangles of knots and oozing tentacles as they slowly just like pulsate and wriggle around, making their way towards you ever so slowly.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Red.
And
Oh, it's not that.
you feel the energy start to drain from your body.
So many dice.
I know.
You are going to take 22 necrotic damage
Damn, Gina.
as you feel this draw
was watching
towards
Martin
the
this morning.
clump of eyeballs sitting on the dining table. Can you do a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. That is a 21.
All right. No further actions are taken. Salvador, what are you doing?
So, did you dash to get to the house?
No.
Okay,
I
so
just ran.
I'll walk over. I'll saunter over there.
Saunter.
What you get for running ahead. But so how many things are in this room? 5, 4?
I mean, it's hard to count because it's not like they're not all individual things. There's like tentacles all over. There's the things that you can make out are like there's these blister sacks of the black goopy tentacles. There's 2 of those. They look slightly different from each other. There are these 2 balls of tentacles that are just kind of like rolling around. And then there are eyes all over the place.
Okay, I'll try a guiding bolt to at least get the one that's most gripping Ren. So they have to do a save. No, it's just a ranged spell attack for me.
All right, make that attack.
I hope I have good luck. I do. It's a 17 to hit.
A 17 will do it.
That's a lot of dice.
There's a lot of dice. So it's going to take a total of 17 plus 5. 22 points of radiant damage.
22 points of radiant damage
Take that
blast into the room at one of the snarls of tentacles that is currently grasping Ren.
And I'm going to duck away from the door frame.
All right.
Oh, and the next attack on it has advantage.
Okay, cool. So 2 of the eyeballs, the pinky tennis ball eyeballs, roll around the room and they roll past you, Ren, into the streets. And they sit there and they look at Yancey and Apri. Yancey, what are you doing?
I'm going to look at Apri and say, uh-oh. And then I'm going to cast poison spray on one of them. And that needs a con save of 14.
Con save of 14.
May you get a 4.
I got a 2.
I meant, yeah, okay, cool. That's going to be for 17 damage.
Of poison?
Yes. And with my bonus action, I'm going to curb stomp that little bitch.
So you blast it with your poison spray.
Yes.
It hits the thing
A la Spider-Man. Like, I'm like,
and just kind of rolls off of it. It blinks and watches.
the fuck? I'm still going to curb stomp it, but I'm very... That's weird. So does a... No, it doesn't. A 7.
A 7 does not hit.
I slip on some ooze and I fall
Yeah,
on
you
my
slip
ass.
on some ooze. It rolls slightly as it watches you the whole time it rolls. It's like the eye is almost... What's the word for it?
Looking?
When something moves on a...
Glide?
It follows your eyes.
Gyroscopically stable.
Oh.
It's gyroscopically stable.
So as it rolls, the
So
eyeball
as it
stays
rolls, the
same.
eyeball stays facing the same direction, just like
That's
rolling
unsettling.
in its socket to maintain its gaze on you.
Does it also make squish, squish, squish?
Yeah, it kind of makes a weird little like squishy noise as it has this like mucousy film over it that it leaves this like trail as if a slug was moving. Yeah.
Okay.
Upri.
I'm gonna yank Fern out of the ground. Maybe a chunk of stone flies up and hits a building nearby because, you know, I love collateral damage. And I'm gonna run towards everyone, try to get like equidistant between as many enemies as I can.
So do you want to run into the house or are you stomping by these eyeballs? Because the eyeballs they made their way out of the house
Damn
and
it.
down the street
Okay,
towards you.
not in front of the house.
But if you run into the house, then there's a lot of shit in there.
No, I think I would help beyond first. Sorry, Ren. Well,
No,
Don't worry.
do what you're
I'm on
gonna
the
do.
case. Yeah.
All right, I run up to the 2 eyeballs near Jan, and I go into a rage.
All right, so you rage, you feel the energy, and you feel this like wild surge of magic building up in you.
Ooh, let's see what a 6 does. Ha! That's someone I wanted. Just a bunch of pretty rainbow colors explode outward in a 10-foot radius all around me, and they're just like it lights up in the entire area in the neighborhood in the middle of the night. Pretty flowing rainbow colors, and I have +1 to AC, as does Jan.
Wow.
Yay!
Lovely.
I did put on clothes, so I do have armor. So yeah.
You do not have armor. It takes 10 minutes to put on your armor.
My tattoos.
So basically,
You have your tattoos.
anyone within 10 feet of me, an ally gets +1 AC.
Oh, so we better bunch up.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I would if I could.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
You're technically bunched up already.
slam Fern into the eyeball that Jan stomped.
Well, slipped on.
Tried to stomp.
Trying to stomp.
I'm gonna do a reckless attack. That will be 16 to hit,
16 will hit.
and that is for 12 damage. Math is hard.
12 damage.
And then I rear up Fern again, going for a second strike. Does a 13 hit?
It does.
And that will be for 8 damage.
All right.
Bludgeoning.
So you slam 2 hits down on it, and it splashes across the street.
Ooh.
The kind of pink pussy fluid seeps out of it beneath your hammer.
Does Fern react at all to the... Does she take a little drink?
No.
All right.
This is not something that Fern's interested in
Cool.
consuming.
Good to know. All right.
All right. That leads us to... You
I'm currently
are going to feel another eyeball behind you.
What?
You whip your head as far around as you can as it pulls your gaze towards it.
Oh, ugh, gross.
Can you make a constitution saving throw as you see one of the pustulous eyes floating in space 5 feet to your right?
Oh, I don't get to go. Isn't it my turn?
Not yet.
That is a 23. Suck it, eyeball.
A 23 will save.
Well, if they came to.
Oh gosh.
You are able to pull your gaze away from it, and it is now your turn.
Yes. So one is glowing, right, with a guiding bolt. It kind
Yeah.
of shimmery.
Yes.
Okay.
That's like
see
a
beautiful rainbow
snarl of
colors coming from
tentacles.
outside.
And am I within melee distance of that one? I'm assuming because I'm being dragged towards it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. And I can attack while I'm grappled, right?
So you can attack the tentacles themselves.
Uh-huh.
The snarl is 10 feet away from you.
Gotcha.
But you can attack the tentacles.
Are they also glowy? As in, do I get
the
advantage?
whole thing
Okay.
is, yeah.
Then I'm going to try and slice these tentacles off of me. Does a... Ooh, I rolled 2 11s, so does a... What is that? 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Great. I get all of my dice. 16 slashing, or piercing damage. Or I guess I'm slashing.
So you cut one of the tendrils off. It drops to the floor.
As my bonus action, I will reach into my healer's pack and pull out this like small bottle of smelling salts and just take a big huff.
Oh, God.
And I heal myself for 11 damage. That's pretty good, actually. I rolled 2. I have a new ability. It's Field Surgeon. It allows me to double my dice whenever I heal somebody.
Oh.
All right.
I expend more superiority dice, but that's okay.
Make a strength saving throw to escape
Oh, fair enough.
its grasp.
13?
You're unable to wriggle free of its tendrils as it begins to reel you towards it.
Bring it.
And the
just
other
kidding.
snarl then shoots its tendrils at you as well. You get grasped by these tendrils. They wrap themselves around your waist, and now it starts to pull you in the other direction. These 2 snarls pulling you in 2 different directions, yanking on your body, but unable to reel you in towards them. You're maybe equidistant between them, 5 feet in either direction. Make another strength saving throw.
10.
All right. It starts to pull on your spine as one is wrapped around your leg, the other is wrapped around your torso, and you start to feel the vertebrae in your lower spine start to pull on each other. The tendons starting to tear. And the sacs of black tentacles roll on up to you. You feel the ground is covered in tendrils. It starts to grasp at your ankles.
How many actions does this fucking thing have?
Well, there's 3 things.
There's many things going on.
I thought I was grappled by the sack of tentacles.
No. You're grappled by 2 snarls of tentacles, and then there is a membrane sac of tentacles.
Got it. Separate
2 of
entities.
those that have been rolling towards you slowly. Now that one has reached you, it starts to make little lashes at you as these tentacles break the membrane. It splashes liquid at your feet, and little tendrils from within start to lash at you. As one of them licks your ankle,
Ankle biter.
you're gonna take 7 necrotic damage. As the other one reaches you as well
Great.
Sounds like an orgy.
and bursts. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, it explodes?
20. Dirty 20.
You feel the burning of the liquid on your skin, but you are able to fortify your will and persevere.
Ow.
I won't get burned.
There's so much shit in this room. I'm so sorry, Ren. Because you feel more eyes all around you. Unfortunately, they don't do anything.
Hey.
Salvador, it's your turn.
After Salvador is like looking at his watch, waiting for all these things to attack it, I'm going to shout back to Jan and
Yeah, he is just...
Upri.
Ren right now is just like overcome with tentacles, bursting liquid, shit all over. Everything is just like engulfing him, trying to rip him apart.
Those poor capris. I'm going to shout back to
These poor capris.
I'm going to shout back, we're going to need some backup up here. And I'm going to go into the doorway again. I'm going to say to one of the shambling tentacles that are pulling Ren apart, I'm going to say, has anybody ever told you that you're too clingy? Nobody likes clingy. And I'm going to cast a guiding bolt at it.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you trying to use a
vicious mockery?
vicious mockery right now?
Okay, that's going to be a 22 to hit.
A 22 will hit.
And it's going to be another whole boatload of damage.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna cut one of them apart.
27 points of radiant damage.
27 points of radiant damage. This tendril is blasted by your guiding bolt. Chunks of it are sloughing off. Tendrils are just falling away and flopping to the floor motionless. It is rather shrunk in size, but it is still moving. It is still latched on to Ren, but this one is starting to lose its fight with its companion as Ren starts to be pulled towards the other snarl.
It's better than being torn apart, so.
Yancey, what do you do?
I am going to, 'cause apparently poison spray did not work. I want to get up and then run over to Salvador and Ren and cast 2 Eldritch Blast.
You get the scene for the first time.
Yeah, you see Ren is being ripped apart by tendril over tendril over tendril, just like waves of goopy black ooze and covered in this viscous liquid.
I'm going to look at them as I'm about to cast my Eldritch Blast, like, damn. Does a 10 and 23 hit?
The 23 will.
All right, so that'll be for 9 damage, and then with my bonus action, I'm going to curb stomp, because that's my word of the day. Curb stomp the one... Which one's hurting you the most?
So as you blast the one snarl, it explodes, shattering, spraying more black ooze across the room. These tentacles fly out and fling into the walls, dropping to the ground motionless.
Was that the guided bolt one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so we're done?
No.
There's like 4 other things.
I heard all of them. I was like, oh, then I'm going to curb stomp the next one.
You're going to run to the center of the room and you're going to punch the snarl of tentacles. As you do, the ground is covered in more tendrils. It is difficult terrain. And you go in to punch it. Make
I
an
got a
attack roll.
20.
You land that blow right into the mass of tentacles.
For 4 damage.
All right. Your hand sinks into the mass. You feel the tentacles, your foot. This one's much bigger. This is a medium-sized creature.
Then in my hand. My fist.
Yeah, so this is a medium-sized creature. So you punch into it. You hit deep into it. You feel the tentacles like around your arm. You pull it back out. And that is Upri's turn.
There's still one out on the street, right?
Yeah, one of the little tennis
forgot
ball
about that one, my
eyeballs.
bad.
Cool. I'm just going to run away from it and let it hit me.
It follows behind you.
Great. I get to the building, look inside. Ren is still bound.
Yep, there's still one more tentacle
All right.
ball.
I go, hold on, new friend. And then I want to run into the room, leap up in the air, and just try to slam Fern into the tentacle
All right.
with a
make an
reckless attack.
You're so reckless.
Does the 17 hit?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ooh, 15 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You slam down into it.
And then can I like pivot off of Fern and do a flip and then another slam? For dramatic effect.
Dramatic effect.
Perfect. That's another 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
And that does 10 bludgeon damage.
All right. So you are swinging, slamming into it, flinging tentacles off into the walls. The stuff is splashing, splattering, breaking off as it begins to lose its thickness of its form. It starts to lose its density. And that's when Upri.
We all have +1 AC.
Oh,
Is it like a box that follows you?
It's just a 10-foot aura of gay queer energy protecting all of us.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
I don't wanna. Probably
Your
good at that.
Constitution's so good.
Oh, that's a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you are slamming into it, you're spinning, doing flip. There's chaos throughout the room. You look up and one of the pustulous eyes is floating right in front of you, and it locks on its gaze to you, and you feel all of your energy is pulled in towards it. You're gonna take 12 necrotic damage.
Ooh, we love necrotic.
Ren.
Oh, God. So I only have one tentacle buddy left, which
Yeah.
is good. So I'm going to shift my analysis to that one as a bonus action. So I'm analyzing it now. Are we flanking it, or is it just like next to me? I don't know what the...
Yeah, it's now flanked.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love having advantage. My whole thing just helps me so much. Does a dirty 20 hit?
A dirty 20 does hit.
I do 16 piercing damage.
All right.
I shove my sword in.
You shove your sword right into like the bulk of the mass. You see that the tentacles like flare up around and they start to flail and flap about. It is lumping about. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like it's no longer a round collection of tentacles, but now this like irregular shape of things that are kind of twitching and flapping about.
Gotcha. Is it still holding on to me?
It is still holding on.
Damn it. Okay.
You can make a strength saving throw
Yes.
to try to escape.
Ooh, and that 20!
Yay.
Which is a 19.
Rip yourself out from the tentacle and are able to back away from it.
Nice. Fuck.
Yeah, you don't look so good.
Yeah, I don't feel so good either.
It begins to flail about and goes after Upri now.
Those pants look great, though. Those capris.
They're covered
It's
in guts.
distressed, yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11, so that's gonna miss.
16.
And we've got the little blister that is right up there in the midst, and it is going to burst. I need everybody in the room
Oh, God.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, I'm good at that.
I get advantage.
15.
Ooh, thank God, because that was a nat one.
That is a 23, and that 20.
I fail.
12.
All right, so Salvador and Upri fail, and you are going to take 14 necrotic damage as you are caught in this splash.
Ah, shit, that stings.
I'm assuming I duck out. We duck out
We
the way.
dodge.
Yeah, you
stand behind
dodge
And I stand behind Upri.
and stand behind Upri.
I do the Matrix like hover.
Backbend.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, fuck. My back problems are back.
Your back problems. I was being pulled in two directions.
Well, now
Back
you're.
problems. Not
People
anymore.
pay a lot of money to have their spines decompressed.
Salvador, it's your turn.
Okay. How many are left in this room? Just 2?
So there is the snarl that Ren just escaped.
Mm-hmm.
There was an eye, but you don't know where it went. It disappeared when you blinked and is somewhere else in this room.
Oh.
And the tennis ball eye is following Upri, just kind of rolling behind her.
Just vibing.
And then the cluster of eyes is still sitting on the dining room table.
Okay. And
The dragon fruit eye.
only the
Oh.
snarl has
Dragon
been
fruit
attacked
eye.
so far.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna toll the dead on this one. I'm gonna say, well, I'm not gonna say anything. It just has to do a Constitution saving throw or a Wisdom saving throw.
Salvador is like, do I want to say something witty?
It's like I don't like you.
You're clean. Wait, I said that already.
It's a con save.
Yeah,
It gets a 3.
it fails, so it's gonna take 2d12 of necrotic damage, and it only gets 4. So that's
All
a
right.
bummer.
So you see the tendrils start to twitch.
More like a ding.
And we're back up to Yonsei.
All right, I am going to. I won't do shatter. That would be bad for everyone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I am going to do Hellish Rebuke at the 3rd level.
That's a reaction spell. You can't
Yeah.
do that unless it attacks you.
Oh, I can't do it even though it's the 3rd level slot.
No, it's a
just
reaction.
Oh,
You do it as a reaction to taking damage.
Oh, then I could have done House Rebuke.
Do you want to do Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah. So it has to do a dexterity saving.
then I look. I'm like, oh wait, I'll let you finish.
So, as you point at it, it is going to burst up into flames. Everything just starts to shrivel. How much damage do you take?
Do I take? Do I
How
deal?
much deal?
So it takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay. It bursts into flames. It shrivels into a husk
Oh.
of char.
Oh, it's
It
dead.
is dead.
So I won't go after that one.
And fire's effective?
You got that.
Question mark?
Fire seems to be effective. It kills the thing. There's the clump of eye, and the other eye has gone missing.
All right, I'm gonna go for the clump of eye and shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. So that's 1 and that's 2. Ooh, I got a nat 20, so 26, and then I got a 25.
Both will hit and roll crit damage on one of them.
So the crit is going to be 18.
18.
And then the other one's going to be 10. So 28
All right.
damage.
So you blast it with your Eldritch Blast beams.
I feel like I'm doing a arm push, like pop, 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 pop.
And your beams of force smack into it and just it bursts all over the room. This one has this like almost green tint to the black ooze that comes out of it.
That's my vibe.
Is dead?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh.
And then can I just punch the air to see if I hit the other eye?
You punch the air, you don't hit the other eye.
Oh, I was going to use an arm strike.
I'm not gonna let you roll for the randomly punching the air. Upri,
That's inspiration right there.
would you like to do a perception check to try to find the missing eye?
That's all that's left?
Yes. So you think.
Sure.
It's the only thing you've lost track of. Everything else in the room seems to be more or less still. There's some dripping of ooze off
That's
of
only a
surfaces.
12.
Sounds like a bathhouse.
Yeah, you scan the room looking for that one eye that tried to get you earlier, and it's nowhere to be seen.
Cool. I'm going to do something really stupid then.
All right.
Yay.
I'm going to pull out my hand axe of wonder and just focus on it
Just focus on the hand axe.
to use its ability.
What's the ability again?
Mama, you don't remember giving me a wild surge hand axe?
I don't remember what the things are. And tell our listeners.
Yeah, what does it do?
What does it do?
But I want it to be a surprise.
You're about to tell us, right?
Oh, shit. Oh, I can't see nothing, right?
you can see the room and the people in the room.
Cool.
You just don't know where.
A lightning bolt shoots out of the hand axe and hits the wall of and that's it.
All right.
Oh, shit. That's never done that before.
Oh, you're a
So you
fellow lightning
blast
user.
a tentacle.
No, not normally.
Oh,
You blast an already limp tentacle. And that's it.
And then I do finger guns at Ren.
Ren looks confused. Doesn't back.
Salvador,
is it Ren's
make a
turn?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're doing
not
it.
yet.
They're doing the thingy.
I was really hoping it would be that one.
That's 14.
A 14 will save as you see
But in a good
the
way.
eyeball
I'm
at
gay.
your feet.
I see you.
Ren, what are you doing?
I'm going to throw my short sword at it.
Oh,
It's
right.
a ranged attack.
Does it have the thrown?
I guess it doesn't.
You
then-
can still throw it. It's just going to be without proficiency.
Then I'm gonna grab like a knife from my healer's pack, like a what are those things called?
A dagger?
Syringe?
A scalpel?
A scalpel, yeah. Like
That's
like,
syringe.
like,
Okay.
like a small knife. I imagine they don't have like
Correct.
modern
Yeah, yeah,
scalpels.
yeah.
I just have like
yeah.
a really pointy
You
knife,
pull a scalpel at.
and I'm just gonna huck it down at the floor at the thing.
All right, make an attack roll.
yeah, the one
I'll let this
following me.
slide.
Oh no! I rolled an 11.
You rolled an 11. That does not hit.
Okay.
Oh, there is still the one following you. It does not seem to be doing anything.
Oh.
though.
yeah, I'm ignoring it.
It's just watching you.
It's a
just
watch.
rolling around.
It's a pet.
Do we adopt it?
No.
This thing
gonna
seems
We're
hostile.
gonna collectively stomp that thing in a hot minute.
Okay.
And then I guess that was my action. And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna analyze the one that's following Upri.
All right, you analyze it.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there and
It's rolling.
stab the hell out of it.
Gyroscopically stable. What an awful word.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. That brings us to Salvador.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at the one that's still visible, right? It has to do a dexterity saving throw.
I got a 7.
Okay, so you need to get a 14, so it fails. So I'm just gonna burn this retina to a crisp as it takes 2d8 damage. And it takes 11 points of radiant damage right to the eye.
All right. You blast it with that radiant damage. You see a little singe as some of this, it smokes a little bit and it blinks and continues to stare.
But now it has a sunspot in its
Yeah. It's a little milky in one spot, yeah.
Yancey, you're up.
All right. The only one that's left is the one that is behind Upri. All right. I'm just going to take...
And the one at Salvador's feet.
Yeah, the soft spot one.
So I'm going to take my 2 daggers. I'm going to pull out 2 daggers. I'm going to chuck one at the Salvador eye and then the one at Upri's eye.
All right. Make 2 attacks.
Oop, that's the wrong one. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
And that was a dirty 20.
All right.
And the 7 does not hit.
No.
The 7 was the Upri one.
Okay.
Oops. And that's going to be for 7 damage.
All right.
And then with my bonus action, I'm just going to... I'm going to hit Upri's eye.
All right.
What?
That's... Duck!
I duck and I'm at your hat now.
And that's a nat 20. So
All
it's a
right.
26. So that is for 7 damage.
All right.
It's pretty good.
You stomp on it. It squishes, but is still there, just slightly deflated. Upri, your turn.
Oh, shit, again? So we found the eye I was trying to find?
Yeah.
All right.
It is now staring at Salvador, sitting at his feet.
Cool. I concentrate on the hand axe again. 'Cause I hate myself. Oh, I don't know what that spell does.
What is
Which
it?
one?
Stinking cloud?
Oh, you just make a...
Oh,
it's like a
God.
yellow cloud.
Cloud of
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Do we... okay, we...
Yeah, look it up.
Around you, yeah. Centered on self, right? Is it centered on self?
I can target anything within 120 feet.
Oh, okay. So you can center it, the thing at Salvador's feet.
How
That
big,
will
how
also-
big is it is the question.
It's a 20-foot
20
radius.
20 foot
So it's like
cloud.
basically just...
So it basically it fills the room. Basically, everybody's gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Perfect. It also heavily obscures all of our vision.
So we all have disadvantage. Ah, I fail.
What's the dex we have to do? I mean, what's the saving throw?
Constitution.
17.
I got a 6.
And it's all against Upri's spell save.
23.
23 is your spell save?
No, what's your spell save?
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
So anybody who beat a 15 is fine.
Ooh, the rest of you are retching and reeling.
Yeah.
And that's what your action is. The next turn is you vomit.
You start vomiting because it smells like a fart. I'm so sorry.
Opry, what'd you...
Nothing. I just had ale. Maybe that's why. Okay. All right. Put that weapon away. So I get a bonus attack now that I can't see. Now that I can't see, I'm gonna take my hand axe that stank and then I'm gonna throw it into the cloud and try to hit.
Okay. Give me an attack roll
Oh, the one
with
next to me. I'm just gonna hit
disadvantage.
it. Just kidding. Can I attack? No, I can't attack resistance. Just that one.
No.
All right, perfect.
All right. Ren, what are you doing?
Can I see the one that was following Opry, the one that I analyzed? I'm going to walk over to where it was,
All right.
holding my breath. Do I see it, then as I, get up really close?
Yeah. Are you trying to make an attack roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just do so with disadvantage.
Okay. Great.
You're welcome.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't get my third sneak attack dice because somebody gave me disadvantage. But that is still 15 piercing damage.
All right. You skewer it.
Oh, good job, Ren.
You can't see this.
You can
I
hear,
can hear
it.
it. Wait, I got one!
Yeah. But
And Salvador.
I puke, hopefully onto the eye. Lentils and rice are...
oh no.
So you vomit, and as you vomit, you bend over to where it was, and it's no longer there.
Oh, darn. Well, I just ruined this person's carpet. Sorry, people that live here.
Everything is ruined in this house.
It stinks. It's got tentacle goop on it,
Yancey, what are you doing?
I also puke.
All right. You Upri, what are you
Wait,
doing?
can I do my bonus action?
You lose your whole
You
turn.
lose your whole turn
vomiting.
vomiting.
Well, thanks.
Oh, you make the con save at
odor
the start
is
of your turn.
Putrid.
Oh.
Well, that's fine. We all did
next
it.
turn.
Yeah. Oh, so we have to continuously do the con save every
The
turn?
beginning of every turn.
All right, do your con save.
Perfect. 18. I'm good.
You're fine.
Oh, so
Yeah, this eyeball's not where it was.
Perfect. And I can't see. I'm going to use my action to open my magical awareness and try to sense it magically within 60 feet of me.
All right.
Ooh.
Can I feel it?
You can.
Cool. I'm going to run over.
You also feel this
no.
intense energy in the center of the room. It's not there anymore, but you can still feel, and you're familiar with this sensation, a rift to the void.
But it, like just a lingering energy.
Just a lingering energy, and it is intense. It is more powerful than the rift
me?
that... Not overwhelming, but you can tell that this rift was intensely powerful.
Oh, shit.
More powerful than the passage you took there yourself.
Well, shit, that's not good. You hear it in the cloud of stink. And then I run over and I hit the other one with my hand axe.
You need to make a perception check to find it.
But I sense it magically.
Oh, shoot. Yes, you do.
It's still a disadvantage.
So you will make an attack with disadvantage, though.
15?
A 15 will hit.
3 slashing damage.
All right, so you nick it. But now you have eyes on it.
It's over here.
And I
Where?
need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
As it
Against
looks
the
at-
eye?
As it looks at
Against
you.
the eye as it looks at you.
Natural 20, so 27.
You pass.
Finger guns. My finger guns it.
Ren, make a Constitution saving throw.
Right, to not vomit. Oh, that's a 13. So that's not
That
gonna
fails,
pass.
and you
15.
lose your turn again, vomiting. You're
believe I did this.
retching.
You just lose your action, so you can still move.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you can still move? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna leave this. I'm go outside.
You go
go
outside.
out
You
to the
run
street.
out into the street,
Vomiting.
vomiting.
And then
Your eyes tearing, your nose burning.
well, I'm gonna use I guess my bonus action to open the windows of the house. Are there front windows that I could open? Just pull open from the outside.
They're hard to do from the outside, but you could break them.
I mean, this place is locked already. So yeah, I'll use the hilt of my sword to start breaking windows to get some airflow in there.
All right. So you hear the shattering of glass, everyone.
Me.
And it is Salvador's turn.
Okay, we'll see. I have to do saving throw.
Yup.
I fail. So I'm going to run outside, and I'm going to prepare the next action to do gust of wind to blow this
Right.
stuff away.
So you stumble out of the
Vomit.
room, retching, your eyes burning, your nose burning.
Mustard gas.
You see Ren is just bashing in windows, and you prepare an action.
Yeah.
And we are back up to Yancey.
All right, I'm gonna
Make that
roll.
Constitution saving throw.
I failed,
You are retching.
and I run outside too.
Great. So you join the other two outside. The windows are
Upper,
being
come out
bashed in. You
I don't know what you're talking
are
about. I'm fine.
everything you ate. That amazing kofta all over the street.
Gosh, I hate
Upgrade.
tonight.
I failed to start vomiting.
Oh my god!
Now I move out up to the street.
Close the door.
I'm so sorry. I've never done that before.
The four of you are now on the street as you are
Just vomiting everywhere.
vomiting. You're all keeled over, and as you stand back upright, you see the eye floating in the doorway. And I would like Yancey to make a Constitution saving throw.
You don't have to. I close my. Can Yancey closes their eyes?
That doesn't affect the attack.
Wait, what am I doing?
Constitution,
Well, I'll just use this. I got a fucking 6.
a 6. So 6 is gonna fail.
Really? He's gonna fail. Please sound like.
You're gonna take 10 necrotic damage.
All right, I'm with my bonus action. I'm gonna use.
Hellish rebuke.
I'm gonna use hellish rebuke.
Yes.
Reaction, yeah.
Light it on fire.
Hold on.
Wait, is the stinkiness flammable?
So as you stand up, and feel this necrotic energy sapped from your body, you raise a finger at it, and it has to make a dex save, right?
Yes.
It is gonna fail. Hardcore. Gets a 7.
All right. So that's going to be 24 damage.
Whoa!
Which
Incinerate.
is exactly how much health it had left. It incinerates. You see this floating eye just burst up into flames. It chars right before you. It starts tweaking out as it starts just like blipping in space. Like it keeps like blinking out, blinking in, blinking out, blinking in, and then it drops to the floor with a smolder of smoke.
Beyonce's going to look at the party and be like, I guess we won't be seeing that later. Get it? For the eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
Ugh.
As
Ren vomits
you-
again.
Unrelated, yeah.
As you stand beside the carnage of this house, you hear commotion coming from all directions, footsteps running towards you.
I cast False Life.
And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Yeah.
And with that, we bring today's chilling tale of loss and tragedy to a close. Thank you all for joining us on this journey into the abyss. And we hope you enjoyed this episode. Join us next time as we continue to unravel the story and embark on a new chapter of terror. A special thank you to our generous patrons, JayCeeAitch, Crispy, and Maggie Z, whose unwavering support keeps the candles burning bright here at Goblin Forge. We'd also like to express our gratitude to Scrubcast for the exceptional sound mastering, music, and effects. They have been invaluable in bringing our story to life. And of course, a big thank you to our talented players, Kendrick, Russell, Chris, and Dan. We're thrilled to have you on board and can't wait to see where adventures take us next. Our theme song was written by my talented brother, the electronic vapor soul artist Lusk, and it sets the perfect tone for our podcast. Make sure to check out their latest album, Thank You Audra, for Komorebi. This podcast is a Goblin Forge production. Follow us on Instagram at goblin_forge_TTRPG and join our Discord community. If you enjoy our podcast, consider becoming one of our patrons at patreon.com/goblin_forge for free bonus content, including handouts, encounter maps, and adventure guides. Your support means the world to us. Lastly, please leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. It helps us get the word out and share our stories with even more listeners. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for another unforgettable episode to find out what is truly happening in the City of Glass.